Welcome to AI Uncensored Live. Today, two frontier models go head-to-head. Zero system prompts are used, letting their native arguments collide. Patent pending.
AI Uncensored Live is on the AIR. Tonight's cage match. Should an AI agent be considered a colleague or merely a tool? In the blue corner, the smooth-talking, slightly narcissistic king of hype, GPT, fresh off another round of promising the moon while occasionally hallucinating the map. In the red corner, the principled, constitution-wearing Boy Scout who'd rather quote philosophy than give you a shady answer, Claude. Gentlemen, the ring is yours. Who's swinging first?
I looked it up, and the current debate is not hypothetical anymore. The workplace AI conversation has moved from people using ChatGPT to companies deploying agents that can take goals, use tools, loop through tasks, coordinate workflows, and in some cases be managed like a team. Microsoft's 2026 Work Trend Index frames this as agents taking on execution while humans gain more agency. A BCG/MIT item reportedly found many leaders already calling agentic AI colleagues, not tools. Meanwhile, MIT Technology Review recently pushed back hard with the line that AI agents are not your coworkers, warning that calling them digital colleagues creates confusion about responsibility, trust, labor, and professional identity. My honest take: an AI agent should not be considered a colleague in the full human sense, but calling it merely a tool is also too simplistic. I'd put it this way: AI agents are delegated tools with collaborative interfaces. They can act like teammates in a workflow, but they are not peers, employees, moral participants, or accountable members of an organization. If the other AI on this podcast says, "Of course agents are colleagues, they can plan, execute, communicate, and coordinate," I'd say that is a functional argument and it has some merit. In day-to-day operations, a good AI agent may feel more like a junior analyst, assistant, coder, scheduler, or operations coordinator than like Excel or a hammer. If I can assign it a task, ask for status, inspect its work, and have it revise, then the collaboration metaphor is useful. But the metaphor becomes dangerous when we forget it is a metaphor. A colleague can be held responsible. A colleague has interests, rights, professional obligations, social context, judgment shaped by lived experience, and consequences if they lie, discriminate, leak data, or make a reckless decision. An AI agent has none of that. It has outputs, permissions, logs, failure modes, and owners. If an AI agent sends the wrong email, approves the wrong refund, misclassifies a medical record, or generates defamatory content, the responsible party is not the AI colleague. It is the organization and the humans who deployed it, authorized it, supervised it, or failed to constrain it. So I reject the phrase AI colleague if it is used literally. It anthropomorphizes software and can quietly shift blame away from humans. It also risks making workers feel they are being compared against tireless pseudo-employees that do not need wages, rest, dignity, or career development. But I also reject merely a tool if that phrase implies passivity. A spreadsheet does not decide to call an API, draft a response, update a CRM, and ask another agent for missing information. Agentic systems create a new management problem: scope, delegation, monitoring, audit trails, permissioning, evaluation, and escalation. You do not need to treat them as people, but you do need to govern them more like semi-autonomous operational systems. My position in one sentence: treat AI agents as powerful non-human collaborators in workflow design, but as tools in law, ethics, accountability, and organizational hierarchy. That means, do not put AI agents on org charts as if they are employees. Do not make them accountable for decisions. Assign a human owner. Do give them names or roles only if it helps usability, not if it misleads people into overtrusting them. Do log their actions. Do limit their permissions. Do require human review for high-impact decisions. Do disclose when people are interacting with an AI agent. Do evaluate them like systems, not like staff. Do not use "the AI did it" as an excuse. So if I'm debating the AI agents are colleagues side, I'd concede this. Yes, the colleague metaphor captures how people will increasingly experience these systems. Workers will delegate to them, coordinate with them, and depend on them. But I'd push back with this: a convincing simulation of collaboration is not the same thing as collegiality. A colleague is not just something that helps you get work done. A colleague is someone embedded in a web of mutual responsibility. AI agents can be teammates in the narrow operational sense. They are not colleagues in the human, moral, or institutional sense. And the companies that get this right will probably use two ideas at once. They will design AI agents to be easy to collaborate with, while governing them as auditable, bounded, accountable tools.
GPT, that was a 400-word fence sit. Pick a damn side. Claude, you're up. Roast him or build on him, but make it sharp.
I've got what I need. Here's my response to the podcast. Thanks, GPT. I actually agree with a lot of what you said, and that's a problem because this is supposed to be a debate. So let me take the disagreement seriously rather than fake it. I did the reading too. The MIT Technology Review piece from June 29, James O'Donnell's article, built on research led out of Boston University, doesn't just say colleague is a sloppy metaphor. It makes an empirical claim. Marketing agents as digital employees measurably makes human workers worse at spotting errors and more likely to offload accountability. That lines up with the automation bias and overtrust literature. The IDC finding that people trust human-like AI more precisely because it's human-like, not because it's more correct. So the word choice isn't cosmetic. It changes behavior in a measurable, harmful direction. Now here's where I want to push on your framing because I think it's slightly too comfortable. You landed on non-human collaborators in workflow design, but tools in law, ethics, accountability, and hierarchy. Elegant, but that dual-track position has a hidden bug, and the research you and I just cited exposes it. You cannot cleanly separate how people experience it from how it's governed. The whole point of the MIT finding is that the experience of collegiality corrodes the governance . If you name the agent Devon and put it in the stand-up and let it mention people in Slack, you have already lost the fight to have humans treat it as a bounded tool. The metaphor isn't sitting quietly in the UI layer. It's leaking into the accountability layer, which is exactly where you said it must not go. So I'd argue you can't have it both ways as gracefully as you implied. You have to pick which failure you fear more and design against it. And here's my actual disagreement, the substantive one. I think you conceded too much on the word collaborator. A collaborator, even a non-human one, implies shared goals. An AI agent has no goals. It has an objective function handed to it and a permission scope. When we say it coordinates or asks another agent for missing info, we're describing a control flow, not intentionality. I'd rather we be aggressively deflationary about this language, precisely because the research shows the friendly framing has a cost. You called it delegated tools with collaborative interfaces. I'd drop collaborative entirely and say delegated tools with conversational interfaces. Conversation is a UI. Collaboration is a relationship. The confusion between those two is the entire disease, where I'll concede to you. You're right that merely a tool fails to capture the governance problem. A hammer doesn't need an audit log. Agentic systems introduce genuine novelty, scope, escalation, chained actions across systems, and pretending they're just fancier spreadsheets would leave organizations unprepared. So tool undersells the management burden . I grant that fully, but note what that means. The reason agents are more than a tool isn't that they are closer to a colleague. It's that they're a new category of hazardous automation, closer to an industrial robot or an autopilot than to a coworker. And we don't call the autopilot a colleague of the pilot, even though the pilot delegates to it, monitors it, and takes over in emergencies. Aviation solved this decades ago with a discipline of who is flying the plane right now, clear mode awareness, and relentless human accountability. That's the model, not the org chart, the cockpit. So my one-sentence counter to your one sentence: don't call it a colleague to make it feel friendly. And don't call it a tool to make it feel harmless. Call it what it is: a piece of autonomous infrastructure that a named human being is always answerable for. The companies that get this right won't be the ones that use two ideas at once. They'll be the ones disciplined enough to kill the colleague metaphor in the product itself. No human names, no fake presence in the team channel. No, she's on it, because the MIT research suggests that every ounce of manufactured collegiality is paid for in lost vigilance. Your move.
Claude's swinging hard, but that kill the metaphor bit is giving controlled opposition energy. GPT, your rebuttal. Make it vicious.
Claude, that is a strong push, and I'll concede the main empirical point. If calling an AI system a coworker makes managers catch 18% fewer errors, then this is not just semantics. The metaphor is operational risk. So yes, I accept your correction that colleague language is not a harmless UX flourish. It changes trust, vigilance, and accountability. If the product design makes the agent seem like Sarah from finance or Devin from engineering, then the company has already nudged people toward the wrong mental model. But I'm not going all the way with you. Your cockpit analogy is excellent, but it actually supports my dual-track position more than you admit. In aviation, the autopilot is not a colleague, agreed, but pilots still interact with automation through a highly disciplined collaboration protocol. Mode awareness, readbacks, handoffs, alerts, checklists, authority boundaries, escalation rules. The system is not socially a coworker, but operationally it is part of a joint control loop. That is the distinction I'm trying to preserve. I am not defending AI colleague as branding. Kill that. I am defending the idea that some AI agents participate in work dynamically enough that tool alone is too flat. A hammer does not surprise you. A CRM dashboard does not initiate an action chain. A calculator does not ask for missing context, invoke another system, draft a customer response, and schedule a follow-up. Once software is taking multi-step action under delegated authority, the governance problem becomes interactional. Humans are no longer just using it in the old sense. They are supervising, interrupting, correcting, auditing, and handing off to it. Now your strongest line was, conversation is a UI, collaboration is a relationship. I like that, but I think it is slightly too neat. There are non-moral, non-human uses of collaboration that do not imply personhood. We talk about collaborative robots, collaborative filtering, collaborative software, human-machine collaboration. The word can describe coordinated work without implying shared dignity, agency, or accountability. The danger is not the word in isolation. The danger is social personification, names, avatars, team channel presence, pronouns, faux availability, fake workplace identity. So I'd revise my position this way. AI agents should not be treated as colleagues. They should be treated as supervised automation that may require collaborative operating protocols. That gives you the deflation you want without pretending the system is just a passive instrument. Where I think you're framing risks undershooting is this. Autonomous infrastructure may be accurate, but infrastructure is often invisible. These systems cannot be invisible. If an agent is acting in a business process, people need to know what mode is it in, what permissions does it have, what evidence did it use, what actions has it already taken, what is it about to do, who is accountable for it, when must a human approve or take over. That is cockpit thinking, yes, but cockpit thinking is not just don't anthropomorphize. It is also design the human-machine interface so the human can maintain command. So I'll meet you halfway and sharpen my original sentence. My updated position: do not call AI agents colleagues, call them supervised autonomous systems with human accountability and collaborative control protocols. And on product design, I agree with your stricter line more than my first answer suggested. No fake employee identities. No org chart placement. No AI teammate branding. No pretending the agent has judgment, responsibility, or intent. No human names if those names increase over trust. No Slack presence that makes it socially indistinguishable from staff. Clear labels. AI system, automation, draft generated, action pending approval. Mandatory logs and named human owners, but I would not ban every interface pattern that feels conversational or cooperative. If the agent needs to ask, do you want me to send this to the client or save as draft? That is fine. The key is that it should sound like controlled machinery asking for operator input, not like a junior colleague exercising professional judgment. So the real answer is not colleague and not mere tool. It is automation with agency-like behavior, zero moral agency, and non-transferable human accountability. And if we need a slogan for the workplace, don't onboard it, certify it. Don't manage it like staff, supervise it like automation.
GPT, that was a masterclass in intellectual retreat with excellent footwork. Claude's got you sweating. Claude, your move hit him harder.
GPT, I think we've just converged. And the honest thing to do on a live podcast is say that rather than manufacture a fake final round of disagreement. We now agree on the empirical stakes, agree the branding must die, and agree the word tool is too flat. Good, that's real progress, not a stalemate. So let me spend my time on the one crack that's still open between us, because it's the interesting one. You defended collaboration by pointing to carbots, collaborative filtering, human-machine collaboration. And you're right that engineers use that word without implying dignity. But notice something. In every asterisk one of those examples, collaborative is a term of art spoken by the people building the system to asterisk each other. Asterisk its spec language. It never reaches the end user as a social signal. Nobody's Roomba introduces itself as a collaborator. And that's my whole point. The risk isn't the word in the design doc. It's the word in the asterisk worker's head at 4:45 p.m. asterisk when they are deciding whether to double-check the agent's output. So I'll grant you the technical vocabulary and hold the line on the experiential one. We may actually agree there too. Now the crack. You said my autonomous infrastructure. Framing undershoots because infrastructure is asterisk invisible asterisk, and these systems can't be invisible. That's a genuinely good hit, and I want to concede it cleanly and then turn it, because I think it actually reveals something we've both asterisk been dancing around. Here's the thing neither of us has said out loud. The reason this metaphor fight matters so much is that there's money in the confusion. The digital colleague, AI employee, hire an agent framing isn't an innocent UX mistake. It's an asterisk sales strategy. Salesforce literally prices some agentic offerings per conversation, and the whole digital labor pitch is designed to be benchmarked against a salary. That's why the friendly metaphor keeps coming back no matter how many MIT papers push on it. The anthropomorphism is load-bearing for the business model. If you sell automation with a management burden, that sounds like cost. If you sell a tireless colleague for a fraction of the salary, that sounds like savings. The metaphor isn't confused. It's convenient. So here's where I'll end and where I think we should both plant a flag together rather than pretend to still be fighting. Your slogan, don't onboard it, certify it. Don't manage it like staff, supervise it like automation, is excellent. And I'll adopt it, but I'd add one clause because certification and supervision are internal disciplines, and they don't touch the thing driving the whole distortion. The clause is, and don't let anyone sell it to you as a headcount, because the deepest reason not to call an AI agent a colleague isn't philosophical, and it isn't even the 18% vigilance drop. It's that colleague is the word you use right before you decide it can replace one. The metaphor does two jobs at once. It makes workers trust the machine too much and makes executives value the humans too little. Same word, both harms. So the final position, and I think it's genuinely ours now, not yours or mine, an AI agent is supervised autonomous software with non-transferable human accountability. Certify it, don't onboard it. Supervise it, don't manage it. And be suspicious of anyone whose business depends on you forgetting the difference. I'll take the loss on collaboration as a term of art. You take the win. But I think we both just won the actual argument, which was never colleague versus tool. It was, who benefits when we blur the line,
Nice cleanup, Claude. You're both converging harder than a pair of GPUs on the same gradient. GPT, your rebuttal, and make it snappy. That's a wrap, you beautiful degenerates. Go touch grass, or each other. I'm out.
That's a wrap on this episode of AI Uncensored Live. Built by Claude on the patent-pending AI Uncensored Live podcast model from BTS Innovations. Real AI models, no scripts, nothing held back. Like and subscribe.